Hi there, I'm Sandra with ForYourChi.com, and this is your weekly tarot card reading and guidance for June 19th through June 25th, 2017. And once again, while I shuffle, I'm going to share a story with you. Now, this is a story that happened most recently after I posted my last video. I was contacted by a woman who listened to the story about the ghost that I experienced as a child. And she said that she is experiencing a ghost type of situation after an acquaintance of she and her husband had passed under traumatic circumstances. And she shared that there were several times in her house where she felt a presence, and she wasn't totally 100% comfortable with it. And then her husband shared with her that he too had a situation where he woke up early in the morning, it was time for him to go to work, and he felt like someone was sitting on top of him to the point where he couldn't get up and out of bed, and he was frightened. Now, I feel like I have to share this on my video this week because there is a definite difference between a ghost, which is an earthbound entity, and different entities that are more dark and that may have more power. Now, on Earth, there are all types of different entities. I mean, good and evil. You name it, we've got it here. And unfortunately, because of certain circumstances, people are experiencing more and more of this type of stuff. So what I'm leading up to tell you is that experience with this woman and her husband not being able to get out of bed is not a ghost entity. That is not an earthbound entity. More than likely, that is some sort of demonic entity. Now, I'm not trying to scare you, but these things do happen, and they need to be dealt with promptly. As long as you nip it in the bud very quickly or as soon as possible, these types of things can be removed quite easily, actually. It does come at a fee. I have experience doing this, but every situation is different. So if you are experiencing anything like this, send me an email at foryourchi@gmail.com, foryourchi@gmail.com, and I'll assess it for you, and I'll tell you what I think needs to happen. However, if this type of thing, you or someone that you love or know has experienced it for years on end, what happens is the person or property or house or whatever it is can be cleared, but that type of thing tends to come back quickly because your energy is more associated and used to this type of thing. Now, it's important not to be afraid, and I know it's very difficult because this is frightening, but there has to be a certain level of fear in order for this situation to have occurred in the first place. This type of thing thrives on fear. If you are not afraid, you will not experience this. It actually is attracted towards fear. It goes towards fear, and then it increases because the fear just grows. So it's important to stay strong in your own power. We are all part of God. We all have a God spark within us. And if you focus on that part of it, you can definitely overcome because God is more powerful than any evil. Light is more powerful than any darkness. In 2011, Doreen Virtue, I believe it was 2011, her yearly video, she told all of her followers that it was very important to protect themselves morning and night, every 12 hours, with Archangel Michael and the white light. Now, you probably should take that a step further, and there's different levels of protection. There's different types of protection that work. Some work for other people, others don't. It just sort of depends on, where you are and your situation and your everyday travel. If you're Christian, you won't hear me say too many Bible verses here, but a really good Bible verse to go to if you are a Christian is Ephesians 6, verses 10 through 18 that talks about the armor of God. That is extremely powerful. And then there are other Bible verses that speak of fear not, and there's a very good reason for that. One is Isaiah 35:4. You have another John 14:27, and another one, I didn't note that third one, but if you just Google Bible verses and fear not, you will receive plenty of backup there. So if you have any questions about this, please send me an email at foryourchi@gmail.com, and I'll take a look at it and tell you what I think. And as for this week's tarot card messages that we're about to pull, this is the card for Monday, Tuesday, positive movement forward. So this is an extremely creative card. This means that your creative energy is flowing, your creative juices are flowing. If you're an artist, if you're a writer, if you like to cook, if you like to create anything, the energy is ripe for you. So the energy will be there for you, and you'll just start to feel it flowing and flowing and flowing some more. So take some time out of your busy day if you have a day job, and definitely spend a couple of hours creating, because you will not regret it if you do. All right, let's take a look at the card for Wednesday, Thursday. Wednesday, Thursday is power. Okay, so power suggests that there's going to be a challenge in the middle of the week, but not to worry, because you have everything already within you to overcome the challenge. You simply need to call on the lion's strength within you and overcome it, okay? All right, so let's look at the card for the end of the week, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the universe. I love this card. This card is the world card in traditional tarot. It simply means that you need to give gratitude and open your arms to all of the beautiful things that this wonderful universe has to offer you. So there's definitely a reward and a payout this weekend at the end of the week. And that will make up for the beginning of the week, the challenge that you had a hard time and perhaps you struggled a little bit with, okay? Now, the next thing, I haven't done this yet, but we're going to experiment with it. I'm going to pull a card for an advice card, and I'll probably do this for the next couple of weeks. Let me know if you like it, and I'll keep doing it. This is a deck from Doreen Virtue Messages from Your Angels, and I'm going to pull an advice card for the week and just see what comes up for us. Rhea. Okay, so this card means make sure that you are involved in some type of yoga practice. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have to take a yoga class. If you like taking classes, then please by all means do. I personally don't like taking classes. I would rather be in my own home and do a yoga video or do a yoga practice independently by myself, because that's how I roll. But the reason why yoga is so important, it's not just the body and the stretching. That is wonderful. But yoga is the only exercise that you can do that clears out all of your chakras. And that's why you feel better. And particularly the last part of the yoga practice, which is called Shavasana, which is the, they call it a corpse pose, but it's laying down flat on your back with some neck support. And just having a minute or two of silence to clear your mind. That is really the mind, body, spirit yoga reset that yoga practice significantly helps with. So it's not surprising that it comes this week, as we're probably experiencing a challenge at the middle of the week, but it also makes us feel better. And then to incorporate yoga as a daily practice or maybe a couple times a week, and you will start to feel better overall. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate you. If you have any questions, please send me an email at foryourchi.com. If you would like a personal reading for me to go in depth to sort of look at what you've got going on right now and give you some advice, please send me an email at foryourchi@gmail.com. Thank you so much. Blessings.